Giving and receiving are totally different things. When you're talking about charity, charity is good because we are giving the underprivileged, people who cannot help themselves. And then when it comes to my organization, I'll be like, there's something that I'm aspiring to do. I would be wanting, like, for example, Maro, you and I, if you want to go and help some people outside there, it's not all about giving them what they need. You know, be like, if someone comes and asks for a fish, you know, just be like, get a fish from the Nile and be like, and serve someone's plate. No, I want us to be like, pick you up. If you want fish from me, let us go teach you how to fish. So that next time, don't come to me. Go straight to the river and get yourself your own.
Teaching, availing them with the skill and all
exactly
things,
so it would be much more better. So that's why I'll be like, sometimes when it's into politics, it's totally different. But when it comes to this other side, it becomes easier.
So that's the thing, the beggar thing, the beggar disease, like that comes because they think you have a lot and you're just gonna give. That's the thing, politics, what politics brings. And then they are also not okay.
No, they're not.
In the end, they are working for those the 5 years and then back again to zero because they don't have where to get the money after. So that's why many people just go back still into politics to see that they can really maybe get some more money again, and you know.
What do you believe in? What gives you the vibe to go on every morning and just like, I'm going to make it today?
My vibe is just vibe, but when it comes to religion, I don't believe in religion. I think religion is a tool of segregation.
Okay.
Because if it wasn't that, why do Muslims say favor Protestant na Catholic? We are Bakafiri. We are not religious, or we are not holy
because we don't believe in their beliefs.
Exactly. So it's just a tool of segregation. But the main thing is, I believe in God. I believe there's a superior being, and I believe there's a reason why I'm where I am, and there's that spiritual movement and power that is given every time I'm moving. And I also believe that also these other guys are there. The African guys. I believe that we have gods, and one of the first gods that we have is, I believe that's like, for me, my ancestors, my mom. She's there every time I'm doing something. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. I believe that we have a lot of support. Yes, I'm so spiritual than religious.
The religious part of it, I feel like this is something that had to do with the colonialists. You know, the missionaries, you know, wanted to tame us, and they had no way to get through us other than bringing the religion so that they can tame us.
My true religion is love.
Love.
I believe that if we preach love, just imagine if you love someone, let me just ask you, if you really love someone, how would you want them to be? Like, where do you want them to be?
Well, I love being pampered. I love being loved. And as much as I love being loved, I do love others. So what I want to be done unto me, I would gladly do it for others.
Exactly. So just imagine if the billions of people have the same feeling about each other. It would be a magical world. I would love to have around 1,000 songs about love, and I want that to be in one of the books, if not Guinness World Book of Records, a Ugandan Book of Records. You know, because Guinness World Book of Records doesn't define most of the things that we see. We have seen a lot of things,
and they don't get to
in your locality. In your locality, you have your own Guinness Book of Records.
How have you managed to maintain this career up to today? And if we took away the music from you, I want to know, Maro, what would you do?
Don't take away the music. That's what I'm begging for. Please don't take away the music, because my life is around music. Music has given me a voice. Music has given me a platform to speak. Music has given me confidence.
Yes.
So I would say music is part of my life. Even if I stop maybe singing, I would maybe write something. I would maybe help someone in the music industry. I may still sing, but not be commercial.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, that I would still do something musical.
Yeah. So what do you find yourself doing apart from music?
Yeah, well, I would love to develop some brands.
Okay.
Yeah. And then still do my charity, help out those young stars and everything. And you asked me why and how I maintained my the career.
The career.
To me, it is simple. I branded myself as not that special.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not going to pass on the street and get the same reaction as Chameleon.
Yeah.
Not only because he's the greatest, but also because I'm great, but I'm not taking myself as great. Yeah, you get my point. Because even if I'm in Ginger, people know, you will see Maro.
Yes,
you will at least anytime you may see Maro. So yes, you can get a selfie or you can get it next time. Like, you know the feeling. He's part of us. He's stepping on the same ground. He's eating a Rolex like I am. He's eating the bunyama on the street like I am, like Nyama Choma. Like, yeah. So to me, I feel like that gave me a point where people are not predicting exactly what I'm bringing or what I'm going to say or what I'm going to sing.
Yeah.
So that way, it gives me time to relax, and when I'm going to release, I release. I feel the right time is right, I release.
If I was living in Ginger and I know that you're in my hometown,
so every time
it would be inspiring just knowing that whenever I want to see Maro, it is very easy. I can as well stand on the roadside and I'm like, hey, you know, you get it, and then also you can get ways of reaching you. You know, because
definitely they reach
you
me.
advocate in so many stuff.
To me, I feel like, yes, I'm a musician, or music is a big gift, but again, let's face it, I'm human.
Exactly.
I'm stepping on the same soil. Why do I?
You don't need to be up there so that you know. They say.
You don't need to get that.
What's your view about physical violence in any relationship?
A girl's role model is their dad, and in most cases, they want to get a man who is close to their dad. One
reason I'm not married, I'm still looking for that father figure.
Exactly. Like you feel like this man is not enough.
It's not enough
if
for me.
He doesn't really fit. Like you feel, that's why even the approval most of the time comes from the father.
Yes.
So like the father is going to beat the hell out of this boy. You get what I'm talking about. But then there's that when you feel like the father is going to appreciate, they're going to drink together, they're going to, they're going to become buddies. So that gives you an idea that when we grow up, the way we are brought up affects how we live our lives and how we do our things. And it affects us in many ways. Because me, for example, as a kid, I was beaten many times.
Yeah.
Which is the order of the day in Africa. Most of the people can tell you I've been whipped like with whatever.
The road and spoil the child.
There's even sayings for us here. So, but that also gave me a different reflection. I felt like I don't want to be that dad who is going to lay hands on my little one. So it is in my mind. It is embedded. It is computed. It's in there. I cannot do that because I know what it did to me.
You went through.
I know what trauma I feel, and so I cannot also do that to a woman you say you love, or even when you have a quarrel. Beating should be, I don't know, it shouldn't happen.
What's your take on? There are some men who are being beaten by their wives.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's unacceptable.
So
it's unacceptable, and I believe it is there. But I'm saying it's unacceptable. I grew up in a barracks.
Okay.
So most of the things you talk about, I've seen from
childhood growing up.
Yeah, I know how families were living, and I know how families were trying to hustle with life. And most of the times, the reason why we always we were beaten is dads always had no money. Dads always had problems wherever they are going. And they come back and you are also frustrating the guy. That's most of the people I saw. For my case, I really think it was misinterpretation. Maybe my dad thought I was going to be stubborn.
Okay.
And he, as a law enforcer, is on his way back home or during work. He's meeting all these guys smoking.
Yes.
These boys doing something or taking guys to police who are doing this and this and this. So in the end, he's coming back to his son who may follow the same path.
The same path, yeah.
So you get the beating for thinking about it or even
trying to do something that you've not yet done. So they beat you in advance so that you don't even think about it. If you may, don't. You know. So that's the two differences that I think I saw.
The
way you've turned out, do you like the person that you've turned out after being beaten a hell by your father?
I love the way I turned out, but it doesn't mean that it was because of the caning.
Okay, it wasn't.
You get my point, because even my dad is proud of me.
But this is
not because of his beating. He also, if it was because of his beating, it means it would be because of him.
Okay.
And he wouldn't be surprised about anything
that has turned out.
So exactly. So you see that
this is because of you.
It's because we forget. This is what parenting in Africa makes us forget. We forget that the kid you are raising, who fits in your palm and later fits here and later stands and later wears 40-something the shoes, from this size, they are human and they have a brain of their own. So it should be grooming, not really like punishing. Because in the end, you are depriving them of personal judgment. Like, I start to think I never thought of some things. And I was trying to figure out myself. And if I thought of those things earlier, I would be even better than where I am.
Yeah.
So
you had the phobia in you.
Yeah. So that's why I said music gave me a voice. I used not to actually talk. I was just quiet.
Then you got a platform. Music helps you to
when I started writing music, I felt like when I got on stage, I have to communicate.
In Africa, in general, women are being marginalized.
Oh, yeah.
So now I'm asking myself, you as an artist, what have you done or what are you doing to make sure that there is some awareness that's being created so that women do not have to feel inferior?
For me, I have a full song about women.
Okay.
And I'm not going to say I sing it because I'm trying to only talk about the power of a woman. But I believe that women are actually the same as men.
Yes.
The softness, yes, that defines a woman. But women in this verge of trying to get empowered or empowerment, we tend to think that is that the crying and all these things are negative.
Okay.
So we try to say they are not there, to pretend that we don't cry. Trust me, men don't pretend that they don't cry. They just, if you cry, or at a certain time, they don't cry in the public or in that time when they face the problem. But we cry. We cry. Who are we? We are human. We cry. Yeah. But it's not that we handle a problem with fear or with while crying. We mostly want to solve issues, and we feel like Terichigana. It is embedded in our blood. Like men feel like Techijagana. At least I use energy or power.
Yeah.
So, whereas for women, that's where the power lies. You want to actually use your brain because you don't have really enough energy. Okay. And if there's something that needs to be done and it's physical, you're like, oh, come help me. But my point here is that we shouldn't go extreme trying to get a woman empowered. it's not about the energy, and it's not about and crying or being soft is not a weakness.
Okay.
So whereas also the men have to understand that being soft is not a weakness, but it's power.
There are so many rape survivors outside there.
Exactly.
What's your message to them that can keep them moving, not to feel like having been a victim that it is the end of the day, it is the end of your life? As in, some might choose to commit suicide, but those who chose to live, which kind of information would you want to pass on to them? A message that can give them strength to move on, that they are still human at the end of the day, no matter what happened.
Yeah.
Now, we have happy times and we have sad times, but sad times don't define us. Yeah.
Exactly. Just as you said, sad times don't define you. Yes, memories, we cannot fight with them.
Yeah.
But let the action die. It went, it's a bygone, and you are strong. That's why you are alive. That's why you are, you are still living. And the strength should come from the fact that you went through all that and you're still standing and you can talk about it. There was a guest who survived rape and just told this guy that, wait, I think I just want a relationship. How about we date, you take me for a date, you call me back? Because right now I'm not in the mood, but if we take it slow,
can get there.
Because I like you. And this guy was like, oh, okay. Puts down his guards.
All right.
It was something that, so that was another trick. But there's also rape that happens just like
Instantly.
that, just like when they steal bags. It's just instant, and you're like, yo, I was mugged, and that's it. So we just have to avoid certain things, avoid the dark corners, avoid where we're going, and we have to tell everyone where we're going. Sometimes in Uganda is where you find someone saying, I'm going somewhere to find someone at a given time. Like, they don't even give you, they just say some.
Even not knowing the person they are going to meet.
Exactly.
Strangers.
And where they're going to pass. I'm going to pass at some panya. I'm going to, and in some road there's everything is hidden. So in the end, there's no way someone is actually going to help you, or even sometimes if you fall somewhere, they're not going to help to find you.
Are you aware that also boys are being raped?
I know that it happens.
So how do you move on with the boys, or for the boys' side of it? Because you see, for girls, it's almost more about being careful all the time. Yeah. And then when it comes to boys, there are these women that really take advantage of the boys. So how do they try to keep from that?
I think the boys are looking for something, and they shouldn't look for that from there.
Okay.
Because I think most of the boys think of the money that's going to come from these women that rape them. And then the women also know that you want money. But a really wise person would go and make money rather than waiting for someone to give them money. Because that's all they are thinking of. That if I sleep with her, or if she comes, if she's my friend, she's going to give you money. Or she's seducing me with money. And I'm getting all these cars and whatever. Then you're raped, and then I've heard one who got sick, and then the woman went to the next guy. And this kid tries to advise the other one. It's like, no, you're trying to refuse me to, you're trying to block me from my blessing. You got a car, you got this, but it's like, no, I am sick because of that woman, and you are blinded because you think I have everything. No, she left me with that. And all that story, those stories come out every time, and you're like, how did it happen? But it's because we are blinded by wanting the material.
On that thought, wanting material, yes. What about the boys, whereby it's because of the parents finding that I have a mom, boys having their stepmothers, they're not related, and then you find that those same women in the house are the ones trying to rape the boys.
Well, it is also happening that girls are raped by uncles
exactly, it is the same thing,
and dads and everything. I cannot really advise them. It's not easy to even talk about it, because they are between a dilemma of like, do I say no to this guy? And if I tell mom, how is it going to happen? If I tell dad, what is going to happen? And in the end, but all we have to say is,
Those are the
Rape is
challenges.
not. Rape is not. Is not. You cannot excuse someone who is raping you.
No.
So speak out. That's what I can say. If you've never been raped and you feel like you're you're into that situation, it's okay to make noise. It's okay to tell someone immediately, to tell the police. It's okay to do that. Football or movies?
Movies.
Music or reading?
Music.
Fun or serious relationship?
Serious relationship.
Would you marry a dreamer or a comfortable man with money already?
I love a dreamer.
You, okay. You love a dreamer. Okay, let me see. Okay. This is about building.
Okay.
Would you build or would you buy a house already?
I would buy a house.
Okay. And this other part is the water questions. Would you take a warm or cold shower?
Warm.
Drinking warm or cold?
Warm.
Okay, what would you use your water for? Laundry or utensils?
Utensils.
And if you are if you're bathing, do you use Star Blue or white?
The soap?
Yeah.
White.
You use white. Okay. And lastly, would you take is it mineral water or pot water? Like natural water?
I would prefer pot water because it's smoked enough.
Okay.
I love the smoke.
All right, I'm done. You go. Go next.
All right. Mine are just 5.
Yes.
Okay, mine are just 5 questions. And then questions are quick, but no. 1.
Mm.
Are you a sub or a dom? In your relationship, are you dominant or you would love to be submissive? I do submit.
Sub. Let's go.
Okay. Number 2. Are you a leader or a follower?
I would say follower.
Follower. Okay, you like to be led. 3. Virtue or sin?
What do you mean virtue or sin?
Virtues. Virtues, and then there is sinful life. Sin. So, are you virtuous or you're sinful?
I think I would love to say the V. I'll go with the V.
Yeah, you'll take the virtue part of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me one word in Spanish.
Spanish. Señor. Señor and señorita.
Okay, the last one. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you at keeping secrets?
1 to 10?
Yes.
9. 9. Thanks for bringing a sensitive topic like that. I think we will always get back to the people that we've talked with sometime. So thank you very much. I appreciate.
Thank you.
See you.
See you too.
What's up?